everybody, and welcome. I'm Danicia Christensen, your host of You Know How This Ends, the podcast where I hope that every time you listen to it, you remember who you are, whose you are, where you're going, and how this ends. This ends with all your hopes, all your dreams coming true, whether in this life or the next. It's inevitable. What you want wants you back. And the way that we really lean into this is by being in more trust, being in more joy, being in more peace, remembering that we are children of heavenly parents who love us more than we can possibly imagine and literally have promised to give us everything that they have and more. So, how can we start receiving that right here? Right now? How can we enjoy life more? How can we trust that everything is always working out for us and everyone else? And that's a big piece of part of my learning journey is realizing, oh, if I want to trust that God is guiding me, I always say God is guiding me always in all ways, then I have to trust that God is guiding everyone else as well, my husband, my boys. What about you? Your spouse, your children, your siblings, your clients, your coworkers. God is guiding them always in all ways. And one of the things that has brought me the most joy, so let's back up a little bit. If you're watching this on YouTube, you may notice like I'm in my comfies, I'm in my fluffy fleece hoodie, no makeup, no jewelry, because I will just cry it off. And I've had a bit of a day. I've had a bit of a day, a bit of a 24 hours. Nothing's wrong. Everyone's fine. But just some realizations about myself, and I'll go more into that more deeply on a later episode. But it felt like the perfect time to share this poem actually that I've been wanting to share with you for a while now. And this is a poem by Andrea Gibson, and it was introduced to me by Dr. Mara, who is a breathwork specialist, and I was in a breathwork session with her. And at the end of the session, she shared this beautiful poem, and I'll read it to you first, because it will set the tone for what I'm wanting to talk about today. Now, it is a tearjerker, and it's all about coming home to our bodies and being a safe space. Having Danicia's body, Danicia's mind be a safe place for Danicia. There's so much confusion and so much judgment and so much scarcity and so much uncertainty in the world. I really want to invite you today to lean into the idea, the possibility that maybe you could be your happy place. Maybe you could be a safe place for you and what that might do for your life. Mm, Already getting emotional. Um, it's that kind of day. So this might be a tearjerker, but we're safe. And not but, and we are safe. We are safe to feel all of our emotions. One of a quote that's been ringing in my ears for a couple months now is one that I heard from Emily Fletcher. Go check her out if you don't know her already. She's wonderful and doing amazing, amazing work in the world. And she said, true bliss is fully feeling your feelings, not pushing them away. And this resonated so deeply with me because I have been revealed that on a very, very deep level. God has shown me several different times how important it is for us as women and as men to fully feel our feelings, that we literally cried with joy. We literally have waited eons to come to earth and get bodies and experience feelings in a body. So I'm going to share this with you because this poem is all about loving your body and listening to your body. This is Tincture by Andrea Gibson. Imagine when a human dies, the soul misses the body, actually grieves the loss of its hand and all they could hold, misses the throats, closing shy, reading out loud on the first day of school. Imagine the soul misses the stubbed toe, the loose tooth, the funny bone. The soul still asks, why does the funny bone do that? It's just weird. Imagine the soul misses the thirsty garden cheeks watered by grief, misses how the body could sleep through a dream. What else can sleep through a dream? What else can laugh? What else can wrinkle the smile's autograph? Imagine the soul misses each falling eyelash, waiting to be a wish, misses the wrist, screaming away the blade. The soul misses the lisp, the stutter, the limp. The soul misses the holy bruise, blue from that army of blood rushing to the wound side. When a human dies, the soul searches the universe for something blushing, something that shakes in the cold, something that scars, sweeps the universe for patience worn thin, the last nerve fighting for its life, the voice box aching to be heard. The soul misses the way the body would hold another body, and that'd be two bodies, but one pleading God doubled in grace. The soul misses how the mind told the body, "You have fallen from grace." And the body said, "Erase every scripture that doesn't have a pulse. There isn't a single page in the Bible that can wince, that can clumsy, that can freckle, that can hunger." Imagine the soul misses hunger, emptiness, rage, the fist that was never taught to curl, curled, the teeth that were never taught to clench, clenched, the body that was never taught to make love, made love like a hungry ghost digging its way out of the grave. The soul misses the unforever of old age, the skin that no longer fits. The soul misses every single day the body was sick, the now it forced, the here it built from the fever. Fever is how the body prays, how it burns and begs for another average day. The soul misses the legs creaking up the stairs, misses the fear that climbed up the vocal cords to curse the wheelchair. The soul misses what the body could not let go. What else could hold on that tightly to everything? What else could hear the chain of a swing set and fall to its knees? What else could touch a screen door and taste lemonade? What else could come back from a war and not come back, but still try to live, still try to lullaby? When a human dies, the soul moves through the universe, trying to describe how a body trembles when it's lost, softens when it's safe, how a wound would heal, given nothing but time. Do you understand? Nothing in space can imagine it. No comet, no nebula, no ray of light can fathom the landscape of awe, the heat of shame, the fingertips pulling the first gray hair and throwing it away. I can't imagine it, the stars say. Tell us again about goosebumps. Tell us again about pain. Oh, see, this is why I didn't wear any makeup because I was like, I'm just gonna cry it all off because I cannot ever read through this poem without weeping at the realization, at the reminder. Gosh, I almost couldn't read it because my tears, I have no problem with crying whatsoever, but I wanted to be able to read it to you, you know? And and God and my angels have just shown me so clearly how we begged, how we waited for eons to come to earth and have a body and experience having a body. And now that we're here, half the time, most of us wish it away. We don't listen to our bodies. We judge our bodies. We compare our bodies. We wish they were different, bigger here, smaller here, less painful here, more feeling there. And we numb our bodies through food. We numb it through movies and TV and entertainment. We numb it through social media. When our body aches for compassion, we force it to move forward. And it's so interesting just today. So I received some kind of crazy news last night that threw me for a loop, and everyone's fine and everything's fine, but it was just something completely unexpected that threw me off my groove, we could say, right? And 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 so I was kind of working through it last night and kind of fell asleep on it at peace about it. And then this morning, kind of working through it all again and taking care of making the phone calls and doing the things that needed to be done. And in this process, once it was resolved around noon or so, there was a part of me that was like, okay, like, phew, we got done with that. Now we need like, there's all this other stuff. I wasn't planning on spending half my day dealing with this today, right? So I was like, okay, now I still have to go and do all the other things I need to do. And in the past, I 100% would have. And it makes me realize why I had the lower back problems in my back that I had previously, because I was always pushing myself. I was always trying to move forward, get things done, instead of taking time to fully feel my feelings. But I've learned over the last few years, it doesn't work and it's not worth it because feelings buried alive never die. And so today, I made waffles for my boys. I ate a really yummy chocolate chip waffle, which I don't normally do, but I wanted like to give my body some comfort food. I ate just two of them, not like a whole giant pile, right? And even if I did eat a whole giant pile, like if that's what was needed, that's what was needed. But again, it's not comforting ourselves through food, but it's allowing ourselves to be comforted. And that was something that felt comforting for me. And then I went and I laid down on my bed and I cried. And I purposely left my bed unmade this morning because I was like, I'm going to want to get back in this today. I laid down on my bed and I cried. And it was interesting to notice how my mind kept wanting to go to like, oh, I should check my social media. Oh, I should post about something. Oh, I need to do this. Oh, I need to text that. Instead of just letting me be in sadness, owning the sadness, owning the frustration, owning the disappointment, and just being in it. Where can you be in your body more? Where can you give yourself time and space? Where can you honor the excitement and the joy and the love and allow yourself to more fully express that? Where can you honor your sexuality if you're sexually active? Where can you honor that and make that a sacred, beautiful practice? Where can you love your body and all the feelings that come with it more? When you have a headache, instead of just taking a Tylenol or ibuprofen, what's the message your body is trying to give you in that headache? 100% yes, take the Tylenol, ibuprofen, but you don't have to sit in that pain. But what is it trying to teach you? For me, the only time I get a headache is a few days before I'm going to start my period. So I know, oh, okay, heads up. It's time to start slowing down. Your hormones are dropping. It's time to start being a little more still than you might normally be. And in the past, this was literally, I know now why my back kept going out on me, my lower back. Our lower back is where we hold feelings of about ourself. So the self, the body, sex, and money. So if you have lower back issues, I'd love to have a conversation with you and see how we can shed some light on in the areas of the self, sex, and money. And in the past, those were all issues that I had. And then just always pushing myself forward. There's not enough time to wallow in misery, and we shouldn't wallow in misery, right? Was what was kind of what we are all told. Don't allow yourself to wallow. But guess what? Sometimes you need some time to wallow. And for me, for this, gosh, maybe today. That's part of why I wanted to record this, because I was like, that'll give me some time to really feel into my body, really love my body. This poem just reminds me of how that important that is. I'm gonna go take a nice hot bath after this. And I'll probably spend a couple hours doing some work later this afternoon, but I'm not gonna do a whole lot. And then tomorrow I'll probably be fine because I've given myself the time and the space to process through my emotions, to fully feel my emotions. And here's a key piece, not judge them. The only thing that's ever wrong with a situation is us thinking that it shouldn't be what it is. But if you can treat yourself with the same love and compassion that you would treat anybody around you, I love to think of how would I treat myself if I was a 2-year-old toddler, right? If I was cute little 2-year-old, excuse me, cute little 2-year-old Danicia, I'd be like, oh, honey, I know that was so sad and so hard. Why don't you go lay down and have a little nap? And here's your, here's your bottle, here's your sippy cup and your stuffy, your Care Bear. I had a Care Bear, a yellow Care Bear. I was like, I used to be up here on the top of my shelf, but it's not anymore. How can you experience your emotions more fully? Your feelings, your body. So we've been talking here about like the sad, hard, what we might consider that like the emotions to feel. But I hate labeling them that way because to me, I really don't see it like that because it really is so blissful, so joyful to fully feel and let embody, immerse yourselves in those feelings of sadness and disappointment and grief and despair. I mean, that's why we like, it makes me think of when I was a kid, we loved Saturday Night, not Saturday Night Live. I wasn't allowed to watch that. Didn't even know what that was until a few years ago. We watched TGIF, and my favorite was Full House. Loved watching Full House, and we knew every time on Full House, somebody was going to make a mistake. DJ was going to do something dumb, right? She was going to sneak out or whatever, and she was going to lie about it. And then she was going to get caught, and then everyone's going to be mad, and then there was going to be a revolution, right? There's like the story, there's the buildup, there's the conflict, and then there's the resolution, not revolution, resolution. And that's how we love entertainment. That's why we love shows and movies and media is because it gives us that storyline and it gives us the conflict and it gives us the resolution. So why do you put it off or ignore it or push it away in your own life? You literally came to Earth to experience the story, the neutrality for a bit, to experience some conflict, to experience the excitement of something happening well, to experience whatever the different emotions are, and to allow that resolution to come. If we're always looking for a high, right, that's not really great either. And if we're always wallowing in the low and not being so if we're always never satisfied and always looking for a high, or if we're always wallowing in the despair and the low, that's not great either. But it's part of the story. We don't want to stay in there in that low, but it's part of the story. So why do you think that it shouldn't happen for you? Why do you try to push it away when it does happen? What if instead you allow yourself to fully feel it, whether it's feelings of betrayal, feelings of lack or scarcity, worries and fears about money or relationships? Don't push it away. Feel it, understand it, have compassion for it. One of my favorite ways to look at it is the idea. Oh, I can't remember her name now. If I can think of it, then I'll share it. And she coined Sarah Landon. Sarah Landon, that's who it is. She's a wonderful channel, and she calls it "You're human." Oh, your human's having a hard day. Oh, your human's really sad. And it's yes, you are a spirit that knows and understands and knows how this ends and has no worries or fears or lack or scarcity ever. But you're in a human body that has those worries and those fears, that has these feelings, that has emotions, that has skin and bones and blood. And we wanted so badly to come to Earth and have that. We waited and waited and waited and waited. And now that we're here, we're pushing it away and we're numbing and we're sleeping through it, or we're working through it and pushing through it. No more. I invite you to fully feel your emotions, to fully feel your body, to love your body, to be a safe place for your body. You be a safe place for you. You come home to you. You have so much love and compassion for you, so much grace, so much appreciation, so much in love. Oh man, one of these times I'm going to share some of my like love body practices and rituals because I have really fully embraced this idea, the truth that we have to become one body, mind, and spirit. That's why we do mindset, right? But what about the body work? What about the somatic work? That's why I do belly dancing, is to awaken and connect with my body. At least that's how it started for me. Now I have a million different things that I do, but that's still one of my favorites. And that's still always where I start with my clients, is with belly dancing, to learn to love and awaken and accept your body. Because in doing that, we become one with God. Mm, I would love to continue this conversation. Uh, Send me messages, emails, comment below what additional questions you have about this, what clarity this has brought you, where you're seeing where you've tried to push emotions away or try to just move through them quickly instead of them allowing them to take the time that they need to. And we're even, so again, I feel like we always keep coming back to like the negative, like low vibration emotions, right? But what about the high ones? How much are you allowing yourself to be in a state of love, of gratitude, of passion, of excitement, of wonder, of awe, of peace? How good can you get at feeling that? I'm going to tell you right now, I've gotten pretty dang good and I love it. My life has become more and more magical and miraculous on a daily basis by allowing the negative emotions to come through, work through, experience them, treasure them, see the good that's in them, and then moving through them and whatever time it takes into those higher vibrations of peace, of love, of acceptance, and feeling the gratitude for those low vibration emotions that aren't as fun to feel, but that are still so important and such a valuable part of our life. I keep looking out the window because one of my dreams is coming true as we speak, and we have landscapers working out here to get our front yard landscaped, and I'm just beyond thrilled. I'll be putting pictures in. By the time this comes out, it'll be done. But I'll be putting, if you follow me on social media, and if you don't, please do. I am Danicia Christensen on Instagram, and just Danicia Christensen on Facebook. My friends, ladies, gentlemen, please listen to your body. Please love your body. Please honor yourself. If it's something that brings you joy, if it's a desire that you have, you are meant to have it. So, how can you receive it more fully? How can you be in that state of trust, of knowing that if it's not already here in physical form, that means it's on its way? And how can you trust the timeline? How can you enjoy the journey, the process, the time that it takes? How can you love yourself? Because as you love yourself more, you will love God more and you will love others more. You will overflow in so much abundance, joy, love, peace, light, prosperity that it literally becomes almost just like almost you can't even imagine it. You can't even believe it. But that this is your reality. But it is. I'm here to testify, to witness of that, to be walking proof of how that works. I would love to guide you in that process in our Creating Her Empire coaching program. Please come and join us there. Please reach out to me about what that would look like for you. I would love to help you in this process. I want to finish up by reading the poem one more time because it's that good. And I know you're going to want to hear it again. This way you don't have to go back and listen to try and find where it's at in the beginning again. So here we go. Imagine. Before I do that, reminder, this is Tincture. If you want to go and look it up yourself, it's called Tincture by Andrea Gibson. Imagine when a human actually grieves the loss of its hands and all they could hold, misses the throat closing shy, reading out loud on the first day of school. Imagine the soul misses the stubbed toe, the loose tooth, the funny bone. Why does the funny bone do that? It's just weird. Imagine the soul misses the thirsty garden cheeks, watered by grief. Misses how the body could sleep through a dream. What else can sleep through a dream? What else can laugh? What else can wrinkle the smile's autograph? Imagine the soul misses each falling eyelash, waiting to be a wish. Misses the wrist, screaming away the blade. The soul misses the lisp, the stutter, the limp. The soul misses the holy bruise, blue from the army of blood rushing to the wound side. When a human dies, the soul searches the universe for something blushing, something shaking in the cold, something that scars, sweeps the universe for patience worn thin, the last nerve fighting for its life, the voice box aching to be heard. The soul misses the way the body would hold another body and not be two bodies, but one pleading God, doubled in grace. The soul misses how the mind told the body, you have fallen from grace. And the body said, erase every scripture that doesn't have a pulse. There isn't a single page in the Bible that can wince, that can clumsy, that can freckle, that can hunger. Imagine the soul misses hunger, emptiness, rage, the fist that was never taught to curl, curled, the teeth that were never taught to clench, clenched, the body that was never taught to make love, made love like a hungry ghost digging its way out of the grave. The soul misses the unforever of old age, the skin that no longer fits. The soul misses every single day the body was sick. The now it forced, the here it built from the fever. Fever is how the body prays, how it burns and begs for another average day. The soul misses the legs creaking up the stairs, misses the fear that climbed up the vocal cords to curse the wheelchair. The soul misses what the body could not let go. What else could hold on that tightly to everything? What else could hear the chain of the swing set and fall to its knees? What else could touch a screen door and taste lemonade? What else could come back from a war and not come back, but still try to live, still try to lullaby? When a human dies, the soul moves through the universe trying to describe how a body trembles when it's lost, softens when it's safe, how a wound would heal given nothing but time. Do you understand? Nothing in space can imagine it. No comet, no nebula, no ray of light can fathom the landscape of awe, the heat of shame, the fingertips pulling the first gray hair and throwing it away. I can't imagine it, the stars say. Tell us again about goosebumps. Tell us again about pain. I love you. I invite you to love you. Thank you. See you soon. Bye.